Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle. It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
I'm 60 years old, okay? Inside of that body, there is an old lady. Don't move, please. I don't want to have steal my gym. Yep. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 7. No, Episode 8. Today I already watched the Episode 7. If you want to see my reaction video about that, I'm gonna put the link into the eye. That was a really good episode. We had half of the episode about an action moment, you know, about Levi's squad intervening into this place under that chapter, fighting with Kenny's soldiers, and they were so good because they thought, you know, about a lot of things, making that plan with all of that smoke all around to hide them, and they managed to kill a lot of persons. MG, the other ones, they just hurt MG. How is she MG? She has to be okay. Like, I'm not gonna accept for her to die just like that. Like, not now, not like that. She still has so many stuff to discover. Like, it's really a character that I want to keep for a long time. Like, if she has to die at some point, it's after discovering the truth, you know, about the Titans. At least she deserves that. She studied them for so long that she deserves at least to discover the truth about the Titans, about, you know, all of what Eren discovered right there with the coordinate, with his dad, with Frida, with all of that situation. At least MG, she deserves to know that, to discover that. She's gonna be okay. And really during that moment I reacted also because Levi saw that and he was hurt by it. You know, before that, when Levi's squad, the last one, was killed, we saw him seeing that and not reacting at all. And during that moment, I remember that I said, Levi, how can you react like that? Or more, how can you not react? I'm sure that inside you're destroyed by that. Like, you can't be like that. We know you, we know how much you care about your soldiers, and you know that's how I fell in love with Levi. I repeated it a lot during season 1 and season 2. You know it, you know that I fell in love with Levi because of how he is with his soldiers. Again, that scene with him reassuring his soldier who was dying, for me, it's really showing his character. So for him to not react during that moment, you know, with his teammates dying, that was rough, but we discovered why during No Regrets. That's OVA. We saw that he lost before his friends, so maybe, you know, he became colder outside at least to not show his emotions. But right there, when Angie was hurt, he showed some emotions, and it made me... I smiled a little during that moment because you know it also. For that anime, I'm not watching it for ships, you know, and I'm not really shipping people with people. If it's not Ymir with Historia, who are for me really a thing, like their emotions, we can see them and they're also expressing their emotions, they're feeling to each other also, so for me that's really something, and they can be a potential ship. We have also Mikasa who is in love with Eren. Like, it's so obvious, but I'm not sure that it can happen at some point because really Eren is blind for that. Or maybe just he wants to be blind about that. But except for that, you know, we don't have really love relationships between characters. But I said during one of the reviews that maybe one that I could appreciate, it's Levi with Angie, because they are really close to each other, you know, they are making jokes to each other. They have really that complicity between them. So to see Levi reacting during that moment, Angie being hurt, made me smile because it shows how much he cares about her, and that's great. Again, I'm not sure that it can happen, a ship between these two, but it was nice to see Levi reacting, having emotions. So yes, the last episode, first half it was that fight, and second half it was that discussion between Eren, Historia, her dad and Kenny. That moment it was really like the confrontation of everyone's intention. Like Historia's dad, Race, he wanted Historia to become a stupid titan and then to eat Eren to be again the coordinate and all of that. Why? Because he wants that into his family, he wants to keep that power, but the fact that he said to her it's for saving humanity, not at all. If it was the case, his brother would have done it, his father would have done it. They didn't do it because it's not the plan, it's not for that. This organization, I'm saying it since a long time now, you know my theory about it, you know that I think that they are creating and using the Titans inside and outside of this world. You know all of my theory with that, so no. He was lying about that, and Historia, she asked the right question at the right moment. She understood that she was manipulated and she did not accept to be transformed, and she released Eren. That's great. So that was Ray's intention. Eren's intention, it was to be killed. He wanted to die. I said it during the review of the last episode. I think that he can't handle the truth, the fact that his father did that to the Race family, but also that his father sacrificed himself, he let Eren eat him, and Eren, he can't handle the truth about the fact that he ate his own father. Eren's intention just right there was to be killed. He doesn't want to exist anymore, to live with that truth, and also maybe because he believed a little what Race said, at least it was easier for him to believe into that and to not be the one also to save humanity. Maybe he doesn't want that responsibility, like it's too much for him. It's like that. Eren, Historia did not accept, so you're gonna be that one, and that's all. We know you, we know that you want to do things right. And I said it was the first time that I really connected with Eren, with his emotions. I already cried with Eren because of stuff happening, you know, like Anasa dying and stuff like that. But I was crying with him. I was seeing, sharing his pain. Right there, I felt his pain. And it's really different. And yes, it's the first time that I really connected with Eren. That was great, but that was really sad. I cried. So all of that situation with Eren, okay. The only thing which is still bothering me is the fact that someone erased Eren's memories after what he did to his dad. Who and why? We saw during the last episode that the memory power is not connected to the coordinate power. Race, he was not the coordinate and still he can do that with the memories. It's maybe more something that the Race can do. Or maybe just people who are immune, maybe all of the noble families also. I don't know, but still it means that someone erased Eren's memories. I don't know. Can it be? You know, we know that Mikasa, Kenny and Levi, they felt that urge of power, and we don't know what it is, you know, like is it related to something like they can be titans, or is it a new power to be the protectors of the king, or is it something else? Can it be something related to that power with the memories, and maybe Mikasa erased Eren's memories? Like I can picture them as kids, Eren coming back, being in tears, and Mikasa touching him, and suddenly Eren doesn't remember everything, like Mikasa erasing these memories because she wanted to erase his pain. Nah, maybe I'm going too far. Okay, and we have Kenny's intentions. Kenny's intentions, I'm a little lost with that because I still don't understand why he joined the military police at some point. He was doing illegal stuff. he was hated by everyone. The Ackermans, they turned their back to the king, so why suddenly you became one of the protectors of the king? Truly, like right there, you were really disappointed that he lied to you so much that you released Eren, like you didn't care about the situation anymore. I really thought at some point that he wanted to be the new coordinate, Kenny. Again, what that girl said about Kenny's dream, it means for me that he has his own intentions, he wants stuff, like he has something to take into that situation to take advantage of. So I really thought that it was that, but in fact no. Historia, she didn't have any intention during that moment. And that was what was wrong, you know, with her character. Her character, she's so lost. She was acting like Krista during so many times, and she was trying to be like that character, you know, into her book, and she was not herself during so many times. When finally she accepted to be herself, Historia, she was lost. She didn't know who she could be anymore. During that moment, she finally met her father, and her father offered her a truth, a solution, someone to be like, and someone important, someone who can save humanity. Like, she totally embraced that idea because that was a good story, but also because he was giving her someone to be, you know, like a purpose into her life. So discovering that it was a lie, it was too much for her, and she exploded. Like, she said it, I'm gonna be the worst nightmare for humanity. I don't think that she believes so. It's more the fact that she doesn't believe into anything anymore, into anyone anymore. She's so lost. I'm not afraid of what she can do. I'm more sad for her, and I hope that she's gonna understand that she has friends. Eren, Levi's squad, you know, all of them, they are your friends, Historia. They are there for you, they don't want to use you. And I'm gonna see that right now. Like usually, remember that you have my Patreon on which we have a lot of advance. 5 episodes of advance, I think, if it's not more than that. No, not for this episode, but maybe for the next ones, it's gonna be more than that. And with an extended or full reaction part, I put a lot of full reaction parts for Attack on Titan, and still the extended reaction part is interesting for you because it's less cut than the version on YouTube, and I don't have to play with opacity and stuff like that. It's the best way to support me, really, my Patreon, if you want to give me a little help, you know, to continue this channel, to maybe improve also these videos and stuff like that. It's really the best way to help me. And if you can't, you can still like, subscribe, share, comment, stuff like that. Let's go for this episode 8. We're gonna have, maybe not the end of the fight, we're gonna have a lot of fights in fact right there. We still have soldiers versus soldiers, and we have also Historia's dad who transformed into a Titan right there. A big one, but it's the first time that he's gonna be a Titan. Like, you can't be a Titan who can really do stuff like the first time that the other ones they transformed, and you're gonna be a stupid Titan. Let's go for this episode 8. I cut the music of this opening credit. The opening credit of the season 2 was so good that this opening of the season 3, it's not that bad, but it's not the same, and I don't know, maybe I need more time to get over the other one and to accept this one, to enjoy it maybe a bit, or to sing during it. Outside the walls of Orvud district. Orvud district? Erwin is coming. He's gonna help at some point with his men. No. You don't know that it's not, you know, Krista for them, the ceremony which is beginning. She's okay, she's okay. If they took her, she's gonna be okay. Shut up, Eren, you just want to die.
人類の敵だけどエレンの味方自分なんかいらないなんて言って泣いてる人がいたら、そんなことないよって伝えに行きたい私が必ず助けに行く
It says a lot about... Qu'est-ce que ça? Save him. I love you, John. Just 3 of them down there to save him. All of them. Race, you are stupid, you know? Like, you didn't know that you would be that big? Too big? You came by where? Eren. I feel your pain, Eren. No. They're already your friends. To tease him, you know, during a moment like that.
このままみんなで仲良く連れれるか焼け死ぬのを待つの私たちが人類の敵だからお前にばかりすまなく思うんだええ好きな方を選べ
To live. Let me know.
ごめんなさい一度だけ許してほしい自分を信じることを
But what? No, why do you say I'm sorry? Something is different. Oh, you can do what I can do. That's the armor. What? Out, guys. The entire area. It's not a titan, it's... But again, that's the first time that he's transforming, so he's useless for now. He doesn't know. Yeah, okay. That's so brave. Ouais. Oh, it was even more than what I needed. It was you, the thing. Whoa. Yes? So you can become a titan by drinking things. That's what Rice did, Eren did. Remember when I said that about that soldier, you know, into the tower? I wanted him to transform by drinking this alcohol. Now, yeah. Finally! 3 seasons that we are waiting to go into that basement. Cool.
みんな助かりましたでも正直言うとあなたが泣きわめきながら喋ったんでおいでおいでこのお化けのやつはシャッとしてベソベソしてから組み放たるがと思いました
Yes. Like, he doesn't even know how to stand on his feet. Do you have a purpose? Like, do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to do something? I thought they did. Oh, don't act surprised. She's gonna be okay, she's gonna be okay. Yes. Ah. kill him. Sorry, Historia, but...
ここで立ち話をしている余裕は正確にはオルブドク奴の進路はおそらくそこに向かっている
You want to let him do his stuff to... No, you don't want him to destroy New Worlds. It's so slow.
つまりロッドレースが始祖の巨人と呼んだエレンの中にある巨人の力、レイス家の血を引く者が持たないと進化を発揮できない。
Fully?
しかし
Are you sure?
初代王の思想に支配され人類は巨人から解放されない。
Ah, that's why Eren can't
初
remember.
代王曰くこれが真の平和
No,
だっ
the
て
first king
面
intention.
白いことを考えてるじゃないか。
I'm not sure.
これをあの巨人に食わせればロッドレースは人間に戻ります完全な始祖の巨人に戻すことはまだ可能なんです
Look at Mikasa.
これに成功すりゃ人類が助かる道は見えてくると
No! You're not gonna sacrifice Eren, and I don't think
お
so.
前はそうなる覚悟はできていると言いたいんだはい
エレン、そんなこと選択肢はもう一つあります。確実にロッドレースの洗脳を解けるという確証がないこと。人類の記憶を変え
Can
出
you
されたら終わり
do
で
that memory scene?
す。つまり
Historia?
始祖の巨人の力に
You have
未知の要素が多すぎると思います。
blood.
今のロッドレースがエレンを食べてまともに元に戻るのかってことしたい。
Yes.
何一つ隠し
始祖の巨人の力を取り上げている今の状態こそ
And didn't do anything with
世
it?
界一流の好機なんです。
Yes. See? You're not humanity's worst nightmare,
初代王が
Historia.
私たち人類を救おうとした。
He
始祖
was.
の巨人の力を
He had all of this
レイス家
plan.
の子供たちを殺害したのも
He believed into Eren
そ
so
れだけの
much.
選択を課せられたから。
アルミみんなを救いたいならお前はこの力を支配しなくてはならない
Your sacrifice is insane.
レイス家の血がなくてもきっと人類を救う手立てはある。だからエレンに地下室の鍵を託した。
Also, it's not papers and stuff like that that you're gonna find. I thought of a tunnel, you know. Now,
一つしか無駄
maybe it's,
少しの話になってき
you
た
know, the little bottles.
いいのかいヒストリア。用のない巨人を壁の中で自由に散歩させてあげるわけにはいかない。
We're gonna have to kill.
君のお父さんを殺すほかなくなる。
He was never a real father for her. She didn't know him. He lied to her. He gave you a possible life. That was a lie.
礼拝堂の地下で私は巨人になったあなたを殺そうと本気で思った。お父さんが間違ってないって信じたかった。なのに
To accept
嫌われたと
the life he was giving to you. The false life, the false love.
お別れしないと。
You're brave, Historia, more than you think.
ヒストリア言い忘れていたがお前にやってもらうことがこの戦いが終わったらお前は正当な王位継承者として
To be the
女
new.
王になる
Yep.
正当な王位継承者が偽物から王冠を取り戻したって物語が必要なんだ
Again, they are forcing you to be someone. I don't want that.
父親と別れて面倒なしがらみからまあ抜け出せるというか。
He thinks what I think.
ヒストリアはようやくレイス家から離れて自分を取り戻したわけ
I'm glad that you're thinking of that, guys.
かわいそうかと
わかりました。次の任務は女王ですね。お仕着せにするかどうかは結局自分次第なんだって。
Yes.
そう思う。
Don't you need time to think about it?
兵長、一つだけ条件が。
Ymir. No?
自分の運命に自分で決着をつけさせてください。
You're gonna be into the survey club.
女王になったらムチビを殴ってやればいい。
エルン団長君の不満を聞かせてもらおうか
To stop
どう
it,
やって住
to
民を
kill it.
させるつもりだ避難はさせます正気か
He has a plan. Come on, trust early. That's the rule. It has to be a rule in each episode of this anime. Trust early. At some point, you know, at the end of the season 2, with him smiling like that, you know, discovering the truth about the Titans, at least a part of it, I was like, Erwin, it's weird, like maybe you know the truth and you just want them to discover it on their own, like you're guiding them to discover it. But after that we discovered what happened with his father, so I understand the situation more, the fact that yes, he wants to discover the truth, maybe he has some ideas about it because his dad told him stuff, you know, his aunt series, but right there, Erwin, he wants to discover the truth and he's a good commander, he's a good person to lead all of these people. He was okay to sacrifice himself. He's thinking about stuff like that situation when they had to give up on the bodies. Do you remember that episode? It broke my heart, but at the same time it was a good thing to do. Like, I would trust Erwin with my life, really. Even to give my life for his plan if he thinks that it's the plan which is gonna change everything. Like really, I believe into Erwin and his plans. That episode, you know, not a lot of things happened into it. If you think about it, it was more the consequences of the last episode. With Race, with transforming into a Titan. Because of that, our guys that are facing him, they have to release Eren, to save Eren and Historia, to be out of the place. We have Eren who still wants to die, to be killed, who has no hope anymore, who doesn't believe into what he's doing anymore. But at one point, he's taking that thing, you know, that potion, and now he can do stuff like Annie, he can create that thing around him. He can be that thing, and he protected his friends, they managed to get out all of that. Maybe it's something like that, like Annie, she drank that thing at some point, maybe during her training to be a warrior, to be a clever Titan. Right now, I talked about it with you at some point during one of the reviews, the fact that he's the armored Titan. Why does he have an armor and not the other ones? Maybe it's related to one of the potions, you know? Maybe it's something that you can have, that you can add, you know, being a Titan. And Eren, he has this ability right now because he drank that potion, so yes, it's maybe something that you can have in addition of stuff that you already can be as a Titan. Why not? I don't think, you know, that it has to be one of the members of the Race family who has to have this power of being the coordinate to really save humanity. Not at all. Eren can do it, I really think so. Maybe the thing about the fact that only a coordinate with the Race blood can have the memories of the first king, maybe that it's true, but to control the Titans, Eren, he did it before, so he can do it again. That's not something, you know, like forced to be related to the Race blood. But the thing about the memories, erasing and giving back the memories to people, that thing, it's not related to the coordinate power. Race, he could do it, so can it be related in fact to the Race blood? So it would mean that Historia, she can do it. Historia, you know, she said during the last episode and also during the beginning of this one that she's not a good girl, she doesn't care about saving humanity anymore, like she just wants to help Eren during that situation. But all of what she said and did after that, it's showing that she cares. She cares about saving her friends, she cares about the situation, she still wants to do things good, she still has that good heart. Maybe, you know, the last episode and this one, it was more her finding herself, or at least the basic stuff, you know, about her personality. The fact that she is like that, she's someone who cares, she's someone who wants to help people, to save them, to be there for her friends and all. Like right there, she doesn't want to take back the coordinate power because she believes that Eren can do it better in a way. And at some point she said something to Eren like, you have to stay alive and all because you can be the one to save humanity, which means that you want to save humanity, in fact. Historia. At the end, she's accepting to be the queen. I'm so glad that our guys, they thought about it, you know, instantly, the fact that it was maybe not fair to ask her that, because like she said, she wants to find herself, she wants to be who she wants to be, and to again give her a role, you know, to take someone to be, it was unfair. I said it during the intro. During all of this time she was Krista, she was hiding behind that role, she was not really herself, she was a character of her book. After that she finally gave up on that Krista and she was beginning to find herself, but during that moment she met her father and her father offered her a life, someone to be. She accepted it, she embraced that idea because it was a wonderful role, you know, but it was also going with the love of her father, so she wanted to accept it. To discover after that he lied to her, so she was lost again. So for her to accept just like that to be the queen, why not? If it's really something which is coming from right there, something that you want to do, if you have conditions that you can make them accept, like if you're deciding everything about it, I'm okay with that. As long as you're happy, Historia, with that decision, I'm gonna be glad for you. But right there I had the impression that she was accepting it. I'm not sure, we'll see. Her as a queen, that's gonna be fun. But first, she's gonna be to the survey corps, you know, for a long time. We'll see what her conditions are gonna be really. So now we have Race as a big titan. So big that he can't walk or run, he has to crawl, you know. He's going on a direction, like why that direction? Why? Do you have a purpose in mind? Do you have a mind? Like normally when they are taking that, they are becoming stupid or abnormal titan. So I don't know if he has a purpose in mind, if he wants to do something, if he wants to reach a real destination or not. We are gonna discover that, or maybe not, because they are gonna stop him before that. They have to kill him, and Historia, she's okay with that. Cool. Eren wanted to sacrifice himself. Mikasa, how she reacted, that was predictable. But the other ones also, how they reacted, and also during that moment, you know, when they thought that they would die with everything like that, you know, falling around them. I love the fact that Jan, Kanye, all of them, they reacted like almost making jokes at Eren. It was great because they were not like reassuring him like, no, that's gonna be okay and stuff like that. No, they were teasing him like, come on, come back to reason, come back to who you are, like, they were acting like friends, you know, during that moment. That was so cool, in a way. And I said it since a long time, Eren, he needs someone like Jen into this squad to talk to him like that, especially during that kind of moment. Like, if all of them would be like Mikasa and Armin, it wouldn't be great, because they would really like take care of him, support him, comfort him, reassure him, be there for him. Like, Eren, he has also to have people to confront him and to tell him, you're gonna stop crying like that. Sasha, how she reacted, you know, at the end of that fight, of that moment, saying, really, I thought that you would die, all of us, because you were acting like a crying baby. I love the fact that they are telling him stuff like that. He needs to hear that. That's the reality, you know. Okay, that was a good episode. That was a good middle episode, you know, between episodes of action. That's great also to have an episode like that, to see the consequences of what we learned, what we lived just before. And we had really 2 episodes before that, one full of reveals, one full of actions. So it's great to have one episode like that, to see the consequences of it, and for the characters to take decisions, to move on, you know, to really place themselves right there. They mentioned the basement. I'm glad. Maybe we're gonna finally reach it. I said it since a long time, for me there is a physical stuff into the basement. You know, all of these years, all of the dust, the rain, the stuff, it has to be something physical. So I thought during a long moment that it could be a tunnel, because for me the truth, you know, one of the big info that we miss is how the world is outside. So for me it could be that. But now with what we discovered during this episode, can it be possible that it's in fact, you know, these little potions to be tightened? Like it would be interesting to investigate on that, on these things, to have Angie, you know, studying them. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now and I'm gonna watch my episodes 3, 2, I will see that. For you, it's gonna be in another video, and for me, just some minutes. So it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Right.